Hi guys, welcome back. Actually, this right now is the first week, so I made a little mistake. Last time was just an introduction, but who cares? As you can see, I mentioned in the first video, was a pretty interesting week. Yeah. So before we go into that, what you're saying to my new tits? Not my tits. I didn't make any tits. I made tattoos. Okay. Jokes aside. So let's get in. As I said, I will be making the bar replay from Monday away, and I'll just leave the whole thing so I know what happened, why I did something, and will explain my thoughts on it. Yeah. So let's get to Monday, which is this, obviously. First of all, I don't know if I go to the 4-hour chart. I think it will spoiler us. As you can see, it's a clearly downtrend. I think it's already going for like ages. So I was short right on Monday. If you read this, you can see I placed a theoretically order, so I haven't fulfilled it or placed it. Before that, before we go into any other details, I will use the paper trading account. And yeah, so basically I reset it to 1000. As you can see, I had a trade which worked out. Yeah, that's for your info. So no trade will be taken on a real account. This will be all paper trading demo account. So no real losses, no real wins, as you should do, because we don't want to waste money. We want to learn the skill. So back to the topic. As you can see, I ranged out here my Asian range from 7 p.m. till midnight. Yeah, not quite midnight. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It didn't change much. I pointed out the weekly open, which was this candle right here, green one. So the open is right here. For the learning part, I didn't learn anything new. I was just going through my notes, which I made, and I remembered, fuck, I had a lot of shit to do, and the weekly open is an important part. Yeah, and in the notes I found, he was using a lot of the Fibonacci with, I think, those settings with 0.79, 0.705, 0.618 and 0.5. I'm not sure. In my opinion, it's not kind of a big deal. As you will see. We get to that point. Okay, so we have our Asian range. We have our weekly open, so we can get going. So more or less, man, I always forget which one it is. Yeah, that's the bar replay. So more or less till 2 a.m. I'm not interested in anything, because it's, I think, no session is open. So the London opens at 2 a.m., which is around 8 a.m. from where I am from. And I think the Asian range, I'm not so sure about the Asian range because I'm not interested in trading in the Asian range, right? Just I want to know how far it is and how it should trade up and down. So since we are bearish, I expected it to go below the weekly open, right? But I expected this to maybe happen on Thursday or Wednesday. As I read in my notes, the ICT doesn't like to trade on Mondays since it's kind of yeah, you don't know, it's not certain. He rather would wait out Monday and see how it develops, right? So I took that approach. As I said, this one is theoretically, I still need my own experience on it to see if I will stay Monday away or if I will trade on Monday. So for the time being, I will stick 100% to ICT. I will backtest this. I will backtest this, and then, well, you will see it on this channel. Right. So QAM rolls up. Ah, yeah, right. I'm on the 50-minute chart. On the 4-hour, I will make my higher time frame analysis. On the 50-minute, I will see how the chart like behaves, and on the 5-minute, I will make my entry or search my entry points. Right. So what I'm expecting, since I know it's gonna be, or I don't know, but I'm expecting it to be bearish, right? And he made this, the market made this kind of this spike down below from the Asian range. You have a double bottom, you have a bottom here, so below that it's sell side liquidity, and it's probably a setup for a Judas swing. A Judas swing simply explained, you have your Asian range. If you're bearish, it will spike below, spike above, and then continue below. So that's what I was expecting to make an entry, right? So the first part was fulfilled, so I was waiting to go up here and search for an entry point to go short. Even though I wasn't trading on Monday, it would, you know, still gathering my experiences. So I was waiting, and finally going up. There we have the spike above. As you can clearly see, here is the Asian range. And it's a tiny bit, but it's enough, you know? So there is the bearish candle. Yeah, so there was the bearish candle. I think this was somewhat in the 5-minute chart. Yeah, right. In the 5-minute chart, I saw this bearish order block, and I wanted to trade it, but I missed this opportunity right here. Else, I would have traded this one short right here. Something. Just give me a second. Here, short. I would have traded right around here. My stop loss above that, and my take profit around here, right? But I missed it, so I didn't care very much. I hoped maybe it will go back up. If it does, nice. If not, fuck it. So what happened next? So I missed this opportunity, but I didn't let it bother me that much. So I was just saying maybe there will be another trade. And obviously, as you can see here, we have a fair value gap. I just moved something. Yeah, I did. As you can see, this low right here was broken through this candle. You could argue it's not a real fair value gap, since this one right here should be the low, so this needs to be broken, which, yeah, it kind of, yeah, it's you know, it's wishy-washy, so I wouldn't put my hand into fire for this. But as I mentioned, it's theoretically, so I didn't really bother much, since I wouldn't take the order anyways, especially since it's Monday. So I just let it place this there. As you can see also, we have a Fibonacci, which yeah, it's way down low, so I waited, saw this fair value gap, waited. I saw here is a low building, and I thought, okay, extra confluence, right? You want to have as much confluence as possible, which you could argue it doesn't really matter, but whatever for the mind, you know. What bothered me kinda was that, you know, the London session, you should trade between 2 and 5 a.m. and then between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. you kinda take a break and just let the market be, and then from 7 a.m. to, I think, 11 to 12 you can trade again, since you have the New York open and the London close. Right, so I saw it's 6 a.m, not really interested. I placed this kind of theoretical trade, just to see if it would play out. If it would have been an order, it would be fulfilled right here. So I would have placed a limit order. The idea, fair value gap, 0.618 Fibonacci, and stop loss about this old high and above this 5 minutes order block. Yeah, and I think that's it. That's it. There's nothing else to it. If you want to argue, yeah, it's testing the weekly open. Yeah, I wouldn't set my priority too high on this, but if you want to, right? So let's get going. It actually tested this 5 minute order block again. You could argue this one right here is also an order block, but I still haven't that much experience with the order blocks. So yeah, and I'm just letting it be. So it got up, and as you can see, it would have been a really nice trade with little drawback. So a little drawback right here, but not really much. And it would have been a nice 1-2-2 trade, right? Sadly, it didn't play out for me, but fuck it. Some days you win, sometimes you some days you lose, sometimes you miss, sometimes you're right on the spot. You can't get it all, right? A short break for me. I'm getting my snooze. Healthy shit. But hey, I stopped smoking, right? So you need some nicotine. Just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Let's get rolling back again. So Monday for me was rather interesting, and I haven't really paid much attention to the chart from this point on, so we can skip to the next day. I wasn't really interested what's going on right here, so I didn't give a fuck anymore. Since my trade idea would have worked, I didn't take it. Fuck it, I'm done for the day. Let's go to first day, right? So again, Asian range from 7 till midnight. We have our Asian range, so we are still bearish, right? Man, I really need to. I think I will make a right counter. Would be funny. So back to topic. So we have our first day, and as I said, I'm not interested till 2 a.m., which is right this candle here. So I saw this and I was kinda okay. Maybe the Judas swing would happen again, would be really nice. Then I would be sure. And it broke down, and I was like damn, doesn't seem like there is gonna be a Judas swing in the London session, which kind of sucks, but you know, you gotta adapt to the market. The market doesn't give a fuck about you, and you need to learn to read the market. That's why I like ICT so much, because he prepares you for every situation. Fuck. He prepares you for any kind of situation, so you can adapt to the market, right? So we don't have a what's this motherfucker? We don't have a Judas swing, that's true, but we still could trade. So I saw that, right? So just give me a second to rethink this. Yeah, I know already. So if we go down to the 5 minute chart, we have a double bottom, so sell side is right down here, and I made like an extension right here, 30 pips, to see so you have liquidity right here, right? So I wanted to see, will it break down and grab this liquidity, go back up, and maybe during New York Open, it will go back. God damn it, I forgot what I did, or why I did draw this in. No, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I draw this in to know where I can expect the market to go, so I know where my take profit would be. That's why I draw that in. I saw also this fair value gap, which is bullish. So there is a possibility for the market to trade back in here, right here, and bounce up. For me personally, I wouldn't take the trade since we are bearish. And so, as I mentioned, it was going down here. It was rejecting. kind of obviously, and it got up. So what happened next? Yeah, it started ranging. I really didn't like that range. It really sucked. And I didn't want to take any kind of trades in this range. As you can see, it continues ranging for like the entire, yeah, from till 5 a.m. till I think 7 a.m. it ranged. Yeah, pretty accurate. So my idea was, as I wrote it down, I didn't like the ranging part. That's why I didn't enter the fair value gap. So I waited for the rest of the order block. So the test of the order block. As I said, you can argue again if this is an order block or not. I just saw right here we would have one here, which wasn't tested. So no trade for me right there. We had a fair value gap right here. Yeah, that's true. This one was tested and rejected. So we could have ended a short here. But since it started ranging like this and it rejected this fair value gap, I said to myself, you know what? Let's wait this one out. If it tests this order block and rejects it, so what I expected not to go above this kind of 50% of this order block. So maximum would have been right here. So if it would have gone above that and closed above that, for me, the trade was done. It didn't do that. It didn't test the order block if it is one. So I was done for the day. I placed my limit order right here and said, what happens, happens, right? And so as you can see, it started ranging again, broke down this fair value gap, gone back up, blah, yada, yada, yada. Another interesting part, why I like this order block was this double top. So we expected orders right here, buy side liquidity. And so it would have been, in theory, a really nice trade, you know, going back up, taking the liquidity, testing the order block, breaking down somewhere around here would have been a really nice trade. I'm not really sad about that it didn't work out, but I'm like, yeah, whatever. As you can see, it started ranging in the New York Open, so I was like, fuck it. Fuck this. So again, in my mind, I was done for the day. I think I had some appointments also in private life, so I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm not gonna look at the charts again. This just looks like bullshit to me. Not really interested in looking. Yeah, so I also saw this kind of fair value gap on the 50-minute chart, right? We have the low here or low here. I think it's almost the same height, so you could argue, doesn't really matter. Yeah, I tested it right here, and I think from this point on, it broke down. Yeah, so it could have been a potential trade somewhere around here. So, and use the line chart to see where the last high is. It would have been this one. So pointing it above this. Let's take the wicks into consideration. Take it right here. So it could have been, yeah, it could have been, but let's be honest, it's New York afternoon. Yeah, fuck this. To be honest, fuck this. So I was done for the day and was like, fuck it. Then, yeah. So going to Wednesday. Again, our Asian range. And I think this day is pretty interesting because I saw this double top and we have this Judas swing again. But since Wednesday was kind of rangy and there wasn't any real moves, I had a gut feeling to not trade, so I kind of just wanted to wait it out. And I saw this one, so Judas swing, right? Taking the liquidity from this double top. And I was like, yeah, but the range is kind of hard, since on the 4-hour chart holy fuck, since on the 4-hour chart, whoopsie, we had, I was like, okay, with kind of this, if it is an order block, I wasn't so kind of sure about it. So there was a 4-hour order block, and we have this Fibonacci, and I was like, yeah, maybe the range is pretty high, right? So I wasn't really sure about it, and nevertheless, I placed an order right here. To be honest, looking at it right now, I shouldn't have placed it. I mean, it wasn't fulfilled anyway, so it doesn't matter. This trade right here would have worked out. So if we go on the 5-minute chart to get into more details, yeah, you could have theoretically traded right here. This fair value gap, it would have been fine. For confluence reasons, we can do at this. So this trade right here would have been fine. But to be honest, as I said, yeah, I had a fishy feeling, so I just skipped this one and sat on the sidelines. As you can see, it started ranging again, and so I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm not really interested. It started breaking down, so it would have been, I don't know, it's a mixed feeling, since you know there's a lot of back and forth. So I was like, yeah, fuck this, I want to take clear trades, right? And as you can see, there is then an up push. So to be honest, guys, fuck it, let's move to the next day, and we are hitting Thursday. So right, in my notes I remembered again, ICT said the probability for the high of the week or the low of the week from Thursday on Wednesday is the highest. So with this information in mind, I saw this here a pretty push down, big push down. Just let me see 1 sec on the 4-hour chart. If there was any kind of information, not really. No, not really. So on this information, based on this information alone, I was like, yeah, this kind of looks the low of the week, and it started having bullish behavior. So as you can see, it wasn't broken down, but it broke up here and it broke down here, taking the liquidity from here, as you can see, with again sell side liquidity here with this double, or we can use this one. It doesn't really matter since both would have been broken. So as I already said, it drew a swing just the other way around. So where is the shit there? So it broke up, broke down, took the liquidity, and is going back up. So with this information and the information that this is the low of the week, I was like, okay, maybe this is the end of the bearish phase and we will enter a bullish phase. So I was looking like, okay, let's see how this will play out. And whoopsie. So this one was a little bit too fast. So I was going to the 5-minute chart. I saw this bullish order block. And in my mind, I was like, okay, if this is a bullish trade, first of all, I don't want to take any bigger risk. And second of all, in my mind, I was like, okay, maybe this move won't be that big. So hence, I only risk 1% instead of 2%. And second, I didn't really went up with the take profit. I saw this 30 pip range. So I was like, okay, if we are still bearish and I'm on the wrong side, I don't want to risk any profit or any bigger losses. So I took this double top, expecting the liquidity to be grabbed here. And if it would have gone back down, it would have been someone around this area. So basically, I saw this order block and was, you know what, I'm gonna try it out, set a limit order. It was fulfilled, 1% risk, trading with a 1K account, basically 1 to 2.5. As you can see, it played out really nice. You want to see the, I don't know if you want to say sad part. You're going to like this one. Let's play it out further. Yeah. Yeah. Nice, right? So basically this trade right here could have been a potential 1 to 9. A 1 to fucking 9. But you know what? I'm totally fine with this trade right here. A really beautiful trade. You could argue right here is another fair value gap, so you could have had an entry right here. And if we go on the 5-minute chart, you had kinda maybe a trade. Yeah, that's a trade on the 15-minute chart. So in my opinion, a really nice trade. Also you had a trade. No, forget that one. It's not a bullish order block, since, or as I understood, if it needs to be a bullish order block, you would need, like, let's say this is the bearish candle, this would be the bullish candle, right? So when the bullish candle is devouring the bearish candle, then you have your order block. So nevertheless, I didn't really care anymore. I was done for the day. I was done for the week, to be honest, since I had my 20 pips. Also in my notes, there was like a note for the beginning, 20 to 30 pips per week for the beginning to get used to trading. I will stick to that. So if I get a trade which gives me that 20 to 30 pip range, I'm done for the week. For the, let's just say, for the first 4 weeks, we'll do that. And we'll start slowly developing to go up and up. So let's see how, as I said, I was done for the week. We still can see how it would have developed. So you can say, again, you have a double bottom, liquidity was grabbed. You have an order block like right here, but this one was tested and it went back up. Yeah, so you could have had a trade right here. I don't know, something like that. Doesn't matter right now, since I didn't take it, since I was done for the week. So yeah, that's basically it. Friday I didn't really trade it, since I had private stuff to go on. So let's just see how the week developed, how the Friday developed. Also, I don't really like trading on Fridays, since it's, I don't know, it's the end of the week. There is not much liquidity, especially in this market. So if it would have been stayed bearish, it wouldn't have gone above the weekly open. So it's kind of fishy. As you can see, it broke above and shortly after broke down below. So I don't know. Of course, you have the fair value gap here with the confluence of the weekly open. Right now, it would have, I think it would have had a confluence aspect to it. And I'm pretty sure if you take the fib, you could also argue, yeah. So this one would be a really nice trade. Would have fulfilled the first. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So kind of fishy, right? So it would have been a trade, but a small one. I wouldn't risk way too much. But we have to stick to the plan. And yeah, so that's for the week. And I think, yeah, we are actual. So that's it. I don't think I have anything else to say to you. I plan to make another video for the week where I backtest and maybe explain a little more in detail. Yeah, I hope everything from the settings here is fine. If you have any wishes or any improvement tips, just leave it in the comments. For me personally, what I would have loved more are more notes, except from this. So there is a lot to improve. And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next week, or better said, tomorrow. So guys, have a nice one. See ya.